jaBROni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. It doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis, presented by bodyslam.net. I am your jaBROni world champion, Toph McCann, joined, as always, with Mr. Mike Butler.
What's going on? How is everyone doing? Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody.
Big weekend.
Great.
Big weekend.
Big weekend. Big time.
First off, I'd like to start as your jaBROni world champion. I'd like to say this is going to be a difficult weekend because we have the announcement. I don't know if you saw on social media. We have the official arrival coming of the jaBROni World Championship.
I hope you just shipped that to my address.
I might no, because there'll be a presentation for if you lose the title, we're going to be everyone's going to see it. Everyone will see the transfer of powers, and yeah, we have a whole lineups that we're going to be doing. So hopefully we don't have to do that soon. Hopefully it's just an idea, but
it never gets to that point.
We don't need to get to that point for now. Sure. But before we get to double or nothing, predictions, title defenses, all that, let's talk about the past week. What the hell's going on? Yo, our boy got fired.
Yo, Tom Phillips, gone. Total not cool.
We all went to Penn State together. 3 bros, 3 amigos, and now gone.
Just I don't understand it. Like, you move him to main event, you demote him to main event, and then the guy that you replace him with don't work out. Bring him back? Nah, we're gonna get this Jimmy Smith guy who I'm sure will be fine. But man, Tom Phillips, man, he was good. I liked him. I mean, he wasn't the best, but at this, put him next to Adnan Virk, and he ain't too bad. And for what? Because he sent a couple of explicit text messages.
But a while ago. So that was the thing. Like, just we start firing people now that did things a year or two ago, just because it's not a hot topic.
Right. I understand it. I really don't. But
and then also you mentioned the hiring of Jimmy Smith. It's doing the same thing again, where they already just had a hire of someone who didn't really keep up with the product or watch the product. And now he's gone all of a sudden. And now they bring someone else in who really, hasn't.
He's had a few appearances on NXT. So I think in that aspect, he's already a better choice than Adnan Virk. But aside from a few appearances from NXT, you're right. I don't know if he follows a product. We don't know if he follows a product. We don't know how in tune he is. Honestly, with when Virk was on there, Corey Graves kind of had to change his whole, I guess, mentality or the way he called a show, because usually, when he was with Michael Cole, he was like the instigator. He was in Pat McAfee's role as the heel commentator. With Virk did a lot of passing off the bulk of the job to Byron and Corey Graves. How does so-and-so get past this obstacle, Byron? Or what do you think of that, Corey? He did a lot of that. And Corey had to really go from being a heel instigating commentator to calling the match, basically. So I thought he did well in that role. And I wouldn't hate it if it was just Corey and Byron there, honestly. Maybe I can't see either of them being really Corey could be a heel commentator, but Byron can't lead it because Corey's the best one out of the 3.
Agreed.
So I would have tried that. I think WWE just wants a big name on their commentary team. There was always talks of Daniel Cormier doing it. You had Adnan Virk, who was on the MLB Network. Now you got Jimmy Smith, who's I think done like a couple UFC things or MMA stuff. So I think they're just trying to get like a big name on there when really they shouldn't be doing that at all. So whatever.
Little shake up.
It don't matter what commentator is doing Raw, their show's gonna suck anyway.
They're announcing more dates. So
yeah,
going out some more dates.
That's great.
On SmackDown, I think they finally went through like there's a commercial just throwing through the rest of the cities that are going to be announced but aren't like official, and the dates aren't official. But where we reside here in Philadelphia was not flashed up there. So
no,
not here at all yet.
No, not yet. I'm waiting for it though. As soon as they're gonna announce it, and as soon as they announce it, I mean, I feel like we'd be the first in lines for that. So
we'll be invited.
Yeah, we'll be. I mean, we're like that.
They love us.
They do love us.
They really do. All right. Besides that, this week we had just the other day, yesterday to be a fact, the WWE New Japan.
Was that yesterday that broke? I felt like that was like 5 days ago.
It went on so
that's a pretty big situation. I don't think anything's coming of it though. And if I were New Japan, I'd probably watch the products before I agree to anything. Like, really? You want us to send Okada there? I don't think so.
It seemed more of like almost that WWE would be sending their talents to New Japan. That's what, what I was reading about it. I
don't agree with that. Like, I don't like, if you do it, fine, but like New Japan's got to send some of their people here too, because I would imagine that would make WWE shorthanded, and the last thing they need is to be any more shorthanded than they already are. So if the deal was just to send some of their guys over to Japan, then that I don't like that at all.
I see it to the point where he's like, "Oh, we'll bring our stars over there to New Japan. They need them. We don't need any of their guys over here. We don't need to feature any of them. You can use our guys because our guys are the best. But your little New Japan guys, you can keep them over there." And
yeah, right. Just not
see that being a mentality of it. But also, I mean, it was instantly the day of later on, Tony Khan was cutting a promo on it. Forbidden Door.
I love it. I mean, he knows that WWE is not gonna say anything because WWE doesn't pay attention to companies that are below them or whatever. So he knows that they're not gonna below them.
Gotcha.
Below. So they're not gonna say anything. It's like free reign. Like Tony Khan could have been doing this for a while. And the fact that he just defecated on Nick Khan, like just defecated on him and defecated on these talks that they were having, saying, "Oh man, you've gotten a lot done in 2 months. I'm pretty sure I was just working with them 2 weeks ago." Like, oh my God, like Tony Khan's a goat. He's a goat.
Do you think Nick Khan comes out with a promo?
No. WWE does not do any of that. If anything, they will have like Drew McIntyre come out on Raw and do a little like an inside joke thing that nobody's gonna get except us, and just be stupid. No, they're not gonna do anything. Or they may reference maybe that all that's true and like there's nothing going on with New Japan now with WWE, so then they just like bury somebody on TV or something. Something petty.
We'll see how it all unfolds, but it seems like probably not much. And then
I have little hope.
Anything else story-wise this week that came out that we should really?
I don't think so. I mean, Tom Phillips getting fired sucks. Jimmy Smith getting hired sucks. New Japan, yada yada yada. No, I think we're good with all that stuff.
All right, so then
I
we
know we're
had,
missing something.
maybe it'll come back to us if it's something that was that
It
important.
wasn't that big a deal if we don't remember it.
Exactly.
That's how I.
This week we had we back ended with a lot of wrestling this week. Friday we had 4 hours of wrestling, so we had Raw all the way back on Monday. So long ago. I just remember that Bobby Lashley ended up being there, and then they set up a match with Drew and Kofi, which we kind of talked about last week, that I made this prediction that this is probably going to lead to Drew versus Kofi. Winner gets a match with.
They think they're smart, Toph. They think that they're really smart. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add this fresh face into this rivalry, but we're still gonna do Drew versus Bobby. Don't worry, we're still gonna do Drew versus Bobby. This is like their way of like freshening it up and trying to fool us. But now they've booked us. They've booked themselves into a corner, and because they're not gonna do Kofi and Bobby, I don't think they will. Kofi's not gonna beat Drew, so they're either one of two things is gonna happen. They back themselves into a corner and do Drew versus Bobby, or they back themselves into a corner, the other corner, like over there, and they do, yeah, right, the other corner. They do Drew, Bobby, and Kofi, which would be like a third triple threat main event that we've had on WWE pay-per-view. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you might as well like take a pay-per-view and name it triple threat like they did that one year with Fatal 4-Way. Like, I mean, I think it's going to be Drew versus Bobby, but I mean, you never know what they could do. I definitely don't think it's going to be Kofi or Bobby.
Just think that also Adam Pearce needs to be on his game more. Like, why doesn't he just come out and be like, this isn't how we're going to end the match. Bobby, MVP, get out of here, restart the match. We need a winner. It's just like, all right, we're going to drag this out.
That would be a solid idea. But I mean, I guess it was like 10:59 and they needed a finish like real quick. So there you go.
But they knew that.
I know they knew that.
They knew that. They knew what they were doing.
And they did it anyway. But no, Raw was shitty. Curse. We were doing good.
That's all right.
Raw was bad. It's bad every week, but like the main event segment, man, like it's been known, like the first, like I think the main thing people remember about a show is how it ends. And I truly, truly believe that. And I remember Shayna, Nia, Tamina, Natalia. And more so, I remember Reginald and Shayna face to face to end the show. Like, forget the Alexa Bliss stuff.
I forgot that was what closed out.
That's what closed out Raw.
And she challenged Reginald to a match.
Yes. And we're getting that match.
Obviously, they got my eyeballs. Is that going to be the main event next week?
I wouldn't be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's see,
Reggie.
See, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna think that, oh man, we're doing something good.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll watch it the next day. So I'm not part of I'll watch the YouTube clip.
There you go. Sure.
It's gonna be the most viewed YouTube clip.
That's how most people watch Raw, I feel, nowadays. YouTube. Just pick out the main clips. They search for RK Bro and they'll search for Hot Bobby, and that's it.
Like, all right, RK Bro you mentioned. I mean, we could talk about Reggie and Shayna and this fantastic feud that we might be getting for hopefully several months. I hope it runs the length of Seth and Rey Mysterio, but let's get into that later. RK Bro this week.
Not too much to report there. I really like them together. I like them separately too, but now that I've seen them together, I really want them to be together like all the time. But I will say, loved Riddle hitting the RKO, excuse me, on Xavier Woods for the win. And he hit it pretty damn good too, I'd say. But not much to report out of the RK Bro camp, except for Orton's tweet and reaction, which also gold.
It was he added it to his arsenal. He had a fun little segment on Raw Talk afterward with R-Truth being involved in it as well. Oh, I mean, anything with R-Truth again. Those random.
I mean, R-Truth and Matt Riddle can't go wrong there. So,
all right. So anyway, let's get serious. So we got Reginald and Shayna. Let's talk about this at length. Forget about Double or Nothing. Forget about what you have going on the rest of the weekend. Let's break this.
It's raining anyway, okay? You can't even enjoy Memorial Day weekend, all right? Like, everyone down the shore should be like, they're going to be watching this rather than doing whatever they're doing in their shore houses, you know? So, yeah. No, I really don't want to talk about Reginald and Shane.
But we need to have a memorable Memorial Day. And what else but at 10:01 or whenever it ends, 11:01 on Monday night, we are just done witnessing when it cuts to black, standing in the middle of the ring, Reginald. He wouldn't have a title. I don't know. Make a title for Reginald.
You know what's going to happen. Lily or Alexa Bliss are going to get involved in this somehow. And that is, of course, if she is recovered from, her loss of her family. Sad, rip Larry Steve. That's what's going to happen. So I'm already not invested in it because I'm over the Alexa Bliss stuff. I'm over the Shayna Nia stuff. I'm over the Reginald stuff. The only way that this will get me back to it is if Shayna versus Nia in like a ladder match with Reginald hanging from above the ring.
That will be in like a shark cage?
Not even a shark cage, like just like how they do it, like with the hanger, like the hanger that they put the belt on.
Just put him on a little harness on
like handcuff him like that and like have him like kick his feet and stuff.
And someone just has to unhook him and they grab him for their own.
Yeah, that's how you wrap this up.
All right, fine. We can stop talking about Reginald.
Thanks.
We'll move along. This is going to be pretty upsetting to you. What I'm going to mention next. I'm sorry about that. But on Tuesday night, there was an NXT championship match between Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. And I'm sorry, but your thoughts?
My thoughts. Here are my thoughts, okay? I don't mind it because it has been reported or spoken aloud or tweeted aloud that there has been discussions of my boy Finn rejoining the main roster. But that's not what excites me. What excites me is Triple H reportedly saying, well, not saying, but like indicating that he's not ready to give Finn Balor up unless he is going to be successful on Raw, which means he's protecting my boy as he should be. So the next time you see Finn Balor on a main roster, just know that he's going places.
And apparently it's been told or said that or reported that they've been wanting him up on the main roster for a few months, but for some reason they've been wanting to keep him in NXT.
Yes, because he's strong on NXT. He's kept strong on NXT. He's going to be jobbing out to like Angel Garza and getting roses shoved up his bum if he goes to Raw. Triple H is just being protective of his child, basically.
Yeah, his going out party on the main roster with the Fiend 2 years ago at SummerSlam was, which it's crazy. It went that quickly, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't seem like he's been in NXT that long, but
I didn't even realize it was 2 years. I was talking to myself the other day. I was like, hey, he's been in NXT for over a year-ish. I was like, oh shit, wait a
I'm
minute.
like, oh yeah, no. We just forgot about that whole like quarantine year, basically. Just
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. No,
So
that, I mean, that was mainly the main takeaway out of
there's two takeaways you can really do with NXT, and that's like whatever they're doing with Karrion Kross and whatever they're doing with Cameron Grimes, and they got the Ted DiBiase
oh yeah,
thing going, and bringing back the $1 Million Championship. It seems like, so I'm all for it.
to the moon. Cameron Grimes.
That echoed perfectly. Like that made you sound like a rock star.
I'm sure we'll maybe, I guess they'll do that whole million. There's a In Your House coming up, right?
Yes, there is.
And what do they do? Their Sunday nights still takeover Sunday. Have they been doing Sundays, or
They've been flipping back and forth.
they were
with
always Saturday, right?
They were always Saturdays, but they have done Sundays.
And this is just
as
off
of late.
off topic. Do you think Double or Nothing's on Sunday? Do you prefer them having the Saturday night pay-per-views?
Recently, due to my work schedule, I like it on Sundays
Yeah.
because I'm off Saturdays, work first shift on Sundays, so and then back on second shift on Mondays. So right now I like them being on Sundays. I don't gotta stay up too late on a Saturday and worry about getting up in the morning and stuff. I liked it. I like different things. Like Saturdays, I liked a lot. I really liked them when they first started doing them. But also, I'm like programmed to know that pay-per-view's happening on a Sunday, so it's also not a big difference for me.
Yeah. I don't know. For Saturday, for some reason, always just reminds me of like a big fight feel, like a big UFC fight or a big boxing. All of that usually occurs on Saturday night. And usually it doesn't start till almost after midnight, the main event. Like, so I always kind of like that, the switch up almost. And I guess it's a holiday weekend. No one's got anything going on Monday. A lot of people are off. So I don't know, but not to say, just kind of throw it out there saying if you kind of prefer. I like the mix up sometimes of the Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I like the mix up too. Doesn't matter to me. I actually like more of the TV specials that they do, like AEW does, like Bash at the Beach or whatever on a random Wednesday, or I guess WWE did what they do. Great American Bash they did on like a Wednesday, I think it was. So, I think we should have more of those, honestly, and then just like have pay-per-views like 4 times a year, basically.
AEW keeps with that.
Yeah,
like four main a year that you build up towards. I mean, it seems like we just had like Blood and Guts, which seemed like something, but that was just a TV.
Yeah, that was TV.
Yeah,
TV. It's unbelievable.
And it was announced they're going to be having All Out's going to be in Chicago. So
when's that? That's September, right?
Yeah, you just had Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, try to go to that.
All right, so let's see. Before we get into, let's go through SmackDown real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
I was going nuts about the Usos and the Street Profits. I was saying that I believe that match should be built. That's a SummerSlam match. That's a WrestleMania match. That's no way that should just be 1 week of just, hey, next week you're having a match, and then it started. Match was happening. 2 commercial breaks. And part of it the whole time I was happening, and it was really good. But part, like, I still don't think it should have happened on SmackDown, but it was entertaining, and I do like the story that is being told. But every week on SmackDown is the same thing for the most part. I am just watching the interwebbing of the Reigns Uso storyline until the end of the night. But there was a couple times during all of it, like, I tell you, Roman Reigns, I say it here way too much, but he is so good. when he dropped the line about towards the end about just which one is he? Do you want to fall back into that? I was like, oh, he just everything he says is just perfect when he talks. And
I have debunked that theory from Roman Reigns, and basically, we'll never struggle on which one is who anymore ever again, because Jay's the one who's always wearing the right hand man T-shirt.
figure it out.
And
Yeah,
I know Jimmy's not the right hand man, so boom, crisis averted.
He's nobody's B word.
Yeah, there you go. SmackDown. I agree with everything you said about Usos and Street Profits. It should be a main pay-per-view match. Should be a SummerSlam match. Could be a WrestleMania match. I think they're blowing this up way too quick. Way too quick. So like I like that they beat the Street Profits clean, but like again, I feel like that match should have been a pay-per-view match. But the alternative would have been getting a mixture of single matches between the four, and that's not cool. So I guess maybe that's a good thing that they already did this match, but then they're doing the tag team titles next week. And I will credit SmackDown to this. I feel like they've had a championship match maybe every other week or something like that, and which makes the show important. And it's not like it's the main Universal title. It's, Intercontinental Tag Team. So makes the show important. They got 2 title matches next week. Insanity. So I think though they're moving too fast with the tag team titles, because I think the Usos beat the Mysterios next week, or at least I think after the performance that Dominic had on Friday night, I would definitely put the titles on the Usos, because that main event was dog feces. Yes, dog feces. I will say that.
Do you think they should have done the role reversal of? Shouldn't they have done that at the pay-per-view?
They should have done that at the
pay-per-view. Then if they were going to do it twice, like then do the Ray thing on SmackDown.
But it was stupid of us. It was stupid of us to think that we weren't going to get both. Like, we should have immediately thought when when Dominic got jumped at Backlash, we should have immediately thought, oh, they're definitely going to do this to Ray at some point, because that's what they do. They repeat. It's reruns.
I'm not to say it, but as I was watching it, I had that thought in my head. I was like, they kept going backstage. I was like, this is gonna, they're gonna, someone
do
did.
Right.
They're gonna do it.
So, I mean, yes, they should have done this. They should have done what they did Friday night at Backlash, and that be the end of it. But they didn't, and we got this, and we got the same match. And the only other cool thing about SmackDown was that Seth Rollins knows how to represent Peacock well with his drip.
Drip.
That was a peacock. I immediately thought peacock, like the bird.
It was fantastic. It was beautiful. Would love one for myself. I thought people were saying his promo was boring or whatever, like easy heel heat, blaming the fans or whatever. But I like stupid shit sometimes. Oh, and when he said he's like, he had the recording of just someone moaning of Cesaro at the hospital, and it's just like, I laughed. I just like, oh, that's funny, and he starts cackling.
It wasn't for me though. I mean, his cackle is like the greatest ever. Nobody can touch him. But the promo wasn't for me. It wasn't. The recording was weird. I didn't know what I thought. It sounded like a gorilla or something. I didn't know what I was listening to. Was it really supposed to be Cesaro? I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do. It was weird.
But yeah, it didn't bother me.
I mean, it didn't bother me either, but like SmackDown's more forgivable than Raw. So like like the stuff with Seth, I could take a pass with this. The main event stuff with the Mysterios. Look, the rivalry between the jaBROnis and the Mysterios is well documented. Okay, I'm not giving them a pass on anything, so there's that. So they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. But yeah, you like you said, watching SmackDown, you really just like kind of like get intertwined with the Roman Reigns stuff. And if you are that type of person, you could have watched all of SmackDown within like one or two segments and then turn it off. Like the first two segments and turn it off.
But it still goes into I like what's in between, but that's what I like how they keep coming with, like, I always, like we said it before in here, like when Lesnar was a champ or something, it's like Lesnar comes out, like bounces around for a little bit. Heyman says something, gone. You do not see him for the rest of the night. I like the
constant
all night storytelling where it's not too much, but it's just like, and the Usos and Reigns and everything are really good with facial expressions. And when they do a backstage segment and they do it like 4 times throughout the night, like something happens in those minute or whatever that makes you go, all right. And then the next one makes you go, oh, okay. Oh, I just saw him make that little shifty eye in the corner. And so what I'm getting at to now, I don't know if I believe this is all leading to Jimmy and Jay and Hell in a Cell.
I think so. I don't think Roman defends the title at Hell in a Cell.
So I don't think I don't know if they even win the tag titles next week.
You don't think they win?
I feel like
might,
maybe,
yeah.
I feel like maybe Jay will, or they're going to do it somehow where they don't win the titles and then they go at it at Hell in a Cell and then I'd say probably Jay goes over and then Jimmy's in with them. Then they get the tag titles at like SummerSlam.
They could do that.
But I think brother versus brother, Hell in a Cell is the way this is going from what I saw last night.
I think your 2 Hell in a Cell matches, I think there's only going to be 2. 3. Jimmy J, Seth Cesaro, and Drew Bobby, I would say.
Yeah, and then I don't think the Raw Women's title doesn't need to be that. The SmackDown, they're doing the hair and hair, it seems, because that is the ongoing motif for that feud. So yeah, 3's about right.
Yeah, 3's is usually the max of Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I don't think Roman is even on the pay-per-view. Maybe like a backstage thing, but there's nobody to challenge him right now. And that's pretty bad. I mean, I'm cool with him not being on the pay-per-view. Like, I personally, like a small pay-per-view like this, I don't need him on the pay-per-view. But I mean, you're breaking tradition from what you usually do and not putting him on the pay-per-view, not having a challenger for him. That kind of says something, in my opinion, about who you're building, or rather who you're not building at all. So
I think there's still maybe time to sneak a match. Isn't it the end of June, Hell in a Cell?
20th, Father's Day.
So it's not. I was like, because SmackDown seems like they would do that where someone would get intervened, be like, hey, Roman, you seem like real concerned about all this, but it seems like you're not concerned about defending your title at all. Someone could like reference it almost, just like no one seems to be stepping up to you. I want to step up to you. And they could do that with.
I have an answer for that. We just had Hell in a Cell, right? Not what, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever it was. He could totally explain that by saying, look, I'm good for 1 pay-per-view a month, no repeats. I've already competed at Hell in a Cell this year. I'm not going to. I don't need to compete at Hell in a Cell again, contractually. So you got my one Hell in a Cell match for the year. I'm done, and I don't need to be on the show. Totally could do that.
And I love it.
Love it. Love it. They're not going to do it, but I love it. I'll do it.
Do we have anything else on SmackDown? We had obviously we had my King Corbin, obviously.
Yeah, they got the King Corbin, they got the Ricky Bugs,
Bugs.
Nakamura, all that good stuff. I just think it seems like they're gonna do Corbin and Nakamura for the crown. I don't think there's no tournament. Sorry, Xavier Woods. Aside from that, did they announce that Cardi B is hosting SummerSlam? Or just her theme song is the main song for SummerSlam?
Dan, I know there was an announcement that her song was going to be the this is what, before we started recording, I think I was trying to run off things that I was debating for our segment at the end of the episode, and now that you just reminded me about it.
Sorry, my bad.
So I might comment more on this later. Actually,
Yeah.
I might have a jaBROni of the week now.
Ooh.
But yes, Cardi B apparently will be, at least for now, we'll have the theme of SummerSlam. In the past, it's been Flow Rider and Flow Rider and Flow Rider, but we're Cardi B. And, screw it. It's so stupid. It's like, if you are doing family content and you're trying to keep like, oh, you're literally going to have the theme song. Like, the girl's biggest hit is WAP. Does the WWE know what that means?
Probably not. So with that here's my thing. The biggest gripe on China, Joni Lore, not China. The biggest gripe on China getting into the Hall of Fame back in the day was that, and this might have even been Triple H or Stephanie saying this, but I don't want my kids to Google China and something not WWE related pop up and give my kids that idea. What do you think you're getting when you Google Cardi B? As you mentioned, her best song, I guess, is WAP or WAP.
I didn't say best.
What'd you say? Top song?
Yeah, her most popular
song.
I mean, it was
that's it's kind of stupid.
And then I get the eyeballs that it puts on your, but it's Bad Bunny thing. It worked. I was negative on that for a while in the beginning, but you saw that he wanted to perform and move to Orlando and actually put the work in. And you could honestly see when he was interviewed or talked about it, that he was passionate about what he was doing. And he was just on that barbershop show. I watched a clip this morning with LeBron. It's the shot. I think it's like LeBron, Jay-Z are all sitting in a barbershop talking, and they had Bad Bunny on. He was saying doing that was the greatest moment. It was better than a Grammy. He's like, it was big. To me, it's bigger than a Super Bowl, anything else. The sense of Cardi B, it's just
I think of past celebrity SummerSlam moments, Jon Stewart costing Cena the United States Championship, Fred Durst flipping the camera off. I can only just imagine, I don't know. And look, I'm not a fan of Cardi B. I'm not a fan of even that type of music. I don't listen to it. But I know Cardi B, and what if she starts a twerk train or something? She gets Bobby Lashley's girls, and they just start doing that stuff. It's gonna be another big event with fans in, and what if they get all hype and just start doing non-PG stuff?
Hey, good luck to them. I hope the theme's out now. I hope I can listen to it. I hope it's fantastic.
You haven't heard Up?
Oh, it's already. It's been. I just thought there's the
No,
song's
it's
out?
up. It's up. It's up.
Is it in reference to?
I don't know what up is in reference to, but
She,
like it's have you heard the song?
no, absolutely not.
No, I've heard the song. I mean, it's on like TikTok like all the time.
I'm not scrolling TikTok that
Oh
much.
man, you got to.
What is it? Is it a good song? Do you?
No, again, I'm not a fan of Cardi B. No, I don't like it.
I didn't. But the song is there? Is it catchy? Is it?
I mean, she says up a lot.
All right, that's a good song.
At one point though, like Up and WAP came out at the same time, and I thought they were the same song. So when they said Up, I was like, no way.
Oh, so it's a song from a while ago.
No, it's still a brand new song. Like it came out because I think Cardi B is just featured in WAP. I think the Megan Thee Stallion sings WAP technically. And Up is Cardi B's song.
I'm old.
It's confusing. It's weird. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe someone on YouTube or Twitter or one of our many podcast providers can help us out and comment. And
we need a
subscribe about.
We need an intern for this young people ish.
Yeah, we need a fact checker for sure.
And we need to like bring them on, talk to them before we record, and kind of like almost just like a refresher course, like
yes,
20-minute class, like what's happened this week to keep us relevant in the world for a little bit. So I know what's going on.
Exactly.
One more thing before we're gonna get into, I feel we get into making our predictions and also referencing Dynamite.
1 second. Hold on. Up reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 after Grammy Awards performance, making Cardi B the only female rapper to reach #1 multiple times with solo songs. I don't see the year that it came out. Sorry, go ahead. Thought I'd say that.
No, that's.
So
I wanted to address a rumor. It was going around about the main event of SummerSlam. And your thoughts on it?
Yes.
John Cena, Roman Reigns.
I love it. I love it. It's
That'd be
awesome,
big
right? Match. It's a big match. I like it. I think it's gonna be great. I only ask that Roman Reigns not lose because that ruins my dream WrestleMania match with Orton and Cena for the title to fight for the 17th time.
If Cena wins, does he get
That's the 17th time.
So that's right there.
Yeah,
that's
like that. That's
the story is there. It's fantastic. I think that's the biggest match you can do.
The only
with
problem
Cena coming back and all the. I mean, he still has a little stuff going on with his. A lot of people are not a big fan, and then
look, I failed geography in like 6th grade. Okay, I probably would have done the same thing. No, it's no offense, but like, come on. Like, I get like why they are upset, but like if anyone over here is upset, I mean, come on, man. I bet y'all didn't ace geography or whatever, so calm down.
You get beheaded apparently or something if you.
The only thing that I don't like about this is that they've done the match before. This would have been very special if this was the first time these guys were filming. Or not filming. Wow. Fucking wrestling.
But it was good. But it was good. Like the build up to it was good with their promos. And I mean, people were really not behind Cena. People were not behind Roman, really. So seeing this match again in the sense of where we see what Roman is, and
he ain't gonna forget his promos this time around.
Yeah, and then you got Cena coming in as this big movie star, baby face, going for a record. This time around, I feel like even though the first time around I liked it, I feel like this is something where, yeah, you rehash this. I do want to see this, and so I'm excited about the possibility of that.
As am I. So WAP was released in 2020 and Up was released in 2021.
All right.
Last time. Last time.
So
Sorry.
Up is
someone's got a fact check, you know? It's bothering.
Up is more current. Up is more current.
Up was released in February of 2021, WAP in August of 2020, and it was by Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion. So Cardi B did both.
Take that, kiddos.
There you go. Boom. What's up?
We are up to date on the times, and we're cool.
It's like future jaBROni episode title in the works here.
All right, I feel like it's time to get into predictions for Double or Nothing, and I think while we go through the matches, we can kind of reference Dynamite and what happened on Dynamite.
Absolutely.
Picks. Do you have any match that you want to start off with? Should we start off with the Battle Royal?
No, let's do like let's get it. Let's get Serena Deeb versus Rio out of the way and just say that Serena Deeb's gonna win. Okay, because I think that we both agree on that. They're not going to change the NWA title on, not NWA TV. So there's that.
On a pre-show, yeah.
Let's do the Battle Royal because that's going to probably take the longest since there's theories and stuff regarding who's in it and whatnot.
Austin theories.
Not him.
It's not.
So, all right. Last week I dropped my theory, but I've taken a step back on that theory. While I think it's still possible, I thought about another person who can show up that worked with WWE before. So hear me out.
All right.
You got Kenny Omega, right? He's got this AAA Mega World Championship thing that he's got, right? He's facing Andrade for that, right?
Yup.
What if we throw Andrade in here as the sole entrant?
I could see it, but I feel like that match is until deep in August for the trip. So I feel like doing them in AEW before that would kind of.
It does. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be before that, does it? Because it says for a future World Championship match. It doesn't have to be next week or something.
Yeah, that's true. So they're just gonna do like a I don't know, like a combination of the. I just don't.
I mean, I was thinking maybe it's a way to promote both.
Yeah,
like they could promote the AAA stuff a little bit more. And meanwhile, they can have a match for the AEW World Championship. Maybe Kenny retains the AEW World Championship, but then loses the AAA Championship. Because Andrade is going to be big. Andrade is going to be like the hottest, I guess, free agent out there. So
he's one of the ones it could be out of. I mean,
there's three possibilities in my opinion. There's three possibilities.
Bryan Danielson,
Andrade, and Big Show, yes. The only thing about Big Show is that it says he's announcing it. So is he gonna come up from the announce table and like go in there and do it? Like, I don't know. All right. So see, now this is where picking gets tricky.
Here we go, the picks.
Yeah. Because if it is Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, I want to pick him. So, but I can't just go in there and be like, okay, I'm picking whoever the mystery guy is. So I'm going to have to eat this one. And I'm going to just have to be like, you know what? I can't promise myself that Bryan Danielson or Andrade is the mystery guy. So I'm going to have to go for the surest thing. And so I'm going to go Christian Cage as the winner.
Yes. It's, I feel that he will be an early entrant in it. He's doing the whole outwork everyone spiel. I feel even you can have anyone who show up as the Joker, it be, and actually still have them not win it and not be that big of a deal. But I just feel they could do the Kenny and Christian match. It was the first person he kind of interacted with when he showed up. I feel like it's a good program just to do and have a match, like build it up for a couple weeks. They're going to do it on a Dynamite and then we move along. But I feel like Christian Cage is probably going to win the Battle Royal.
If it is Bryan Danielson that shows up and wins, I am competing for this title under protest. Just letting you know.
Yeah, but it's just like he can't, even if he should win, but he shouldn't win it because I don't think Kenny should be dropping title yet.
He doesn't need to. He could beat Bryan Danielson. Remember, it would really be for the pop. It would be for the pop. But yeah, Christian Cage, absolutely. Where do you want to go next?
Let's see. We could try to want to do Hangman and Brian Cage?
Sure do.
We had on Dynamite, we had Hangman had a match.
He did.
Again, who did he wrestle?
Joey Janela.
Yes, and he got busted open right towards the end of it.
Don't know how it happened. I rewatched it like 3 times. Did not see where it happened. I just noticed he went for the lariat and he started bleeding.
Yeah, and I did the exact same thing like 3 different times. And I was like, I cannot see where all of a sudden this happened.
Yeah.
And it started coming down. So
yeah, it was brutal too. It was pretty bad.
But they set it up where, because I still think this is leading to at some point with Brian Cage going away from Team Taz. So Hangman kind of references like that by saying, like, I kind of think better of you. Like, you're going to take me on without like all your goonies basically around. But yeah, that was just kind of the little buildup they have to, it seems like it's going to be Page, Cage, and nobody else. Just a one-on-one, no distractions. Who you got?
Who do I got? You know, they took Adam Page out of the main title picture because he lost to Brian Cage. Is that correct?
That is very correct.
Adam Page gets his win back. Wait, is this for the FTW championship?
No, just a singles match.
Yeah, Adam Page wins.
Yes, I feel this is one of those. There's going to be another. Hangman gets his win back, and we can continue this moving forward. Some cowboy-ish.
50-50 booking at its finest.
But it's needed for this scenario because both of them monsters. So it's needed. It's needed.
Yes,
it's needed to be
absolutely
big,
needed.
meaty men.
Big, meaty men. All right.
All right. Let's move on now. This is the one I came down to the crunch. I already have my pick, but this was, I have a scenario where both ways, there could be a good story going with it.
Okay.
Sting and Darby Allin versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Also had a very fun time debating this in my head. Broke a couple pieces of furniture doing it. I think Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page are really going to try to establish themselves as a legit tag team. Darby Allin just lost the title. He needs to go on a roll. Sting, his first live match in years. It's hard not to go with Sting and Darby Allin. But I'm going to go with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I'm going to call them for the win. Darby Allin's got to get his working shoes for that night. Ain't going to be enough. Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page winning the tag team match.
all right, well, this is, and I'm already like everything just sunk to my stomach because I personally, I think that's exactly what should happen. I think that
I agree.
Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky should win this. But I am going to go the other way with it. I wouldn't be like,
no, I wouldn't be
again,
surprised either.
I really think that just will make, like, Ethan Page came in like what, the face of the ladder match they had. And I just feel like they've been building up momentum, and I feel like them getting a win here just makes sense. But for some reason,
I mean,
and that's why I debated it. I'm going to say it. I'm taking Sting and Darby Allin because I feel they're going to give them this win. But also, I feel if Sting and Darby Allin lose this match, I feel like it should be a buckle bomb on Sting.
oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Why wouldn't it be?
And that's it. Like, that, I would love that. But we differ on this one.
That's the first one we differ. I think there's going to be a few.
Because especially since I was really, and this is the one that I like really think, like, I was like, I really think that Sky and Page should win.
Yeah.
But I just have to go with
It's
really a toss up, live crowd.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a toss up because of the live crowd. It's Sting's first match. I mean, crowd's going to go nuts, I think, if, he makes Scorpio Sky tap out to the Scorpion Deathlock. Like, a lot could factor into that. Logically, though, you're right. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky should win this. But sometimes wrestling's not all that logical. It really isn't. So we'll see how that goes.
Next one here, also debating nonstop about Cody Rhodes, Anthony Ogogo.
All right. I'm glad you referenced this because why do we have weigh-ins in wrestling? Can you just literally tell me? It's not like we have weight classes. It's not UFC. It's not MMA. Why do we have weigh-ins for matches that have no distinction on weight?
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't they do it for like Darby Allin and Brian
they
Cage?
do it a lot. They do it a lot. AEW does a lot. WWE doesn't really have weigh-ins.
Yeah,
they do it, and like I guess like the big fight feel to it, but like I would much rather see like maybe like a press conference like they do in UFC. Like one side is like Ogogo's team, and then the next side is like Rhodes' team, and they like just trash talk each other. Much rather see something like that than like a weigh-in, because weigh-ins don't have like, who gives a s what they weigh, So I mean that's just something that I thought I'd throw out there.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's basically just to fill up time on TV for a segment.
Right, and you could instead of doing a weigh-in, do like a interview segment and have them like trash talk each other.
Sit down, yeah.
Just my opinion.
I'm sure there will be more ranting about weigh-ins later on.
I would have no idea what you're talking about.
Wink. But you saw that. Wink. But yes, this match though, I don't know if you want me to.
You can go first. I've gone first the first like 3 matches we did.
Because regardless, if whatever I'm keeping with what I have here, and I'm not budging with them, because I felt like this. That's why I waited so long to finally put the yellow highlighter over the.
Yes.
And this. So they're doing the whole Cody's doing American Dream gimmick.
I don't like it. I heard Big Show call him the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, on Dynamite, and I was like, I do not like that.
And I just don't think anything comes out positive if Cody wins this match. I just don't. I feel like the momentum for Go-Go and Marshall and their whole little unit they have going is just it just takes down all of them.
Yeah, it's true.
If all of a sudden they just make a Go-Go who they made him seem punching everybody. And I don't know if he's ready to be able to. I mean, I'm assuming Cody's gonna try to have a long match with him. This will probably be the first time we see a go in a long and see really a wrestling match without him just kind of brutally punching people in the stomach and not even having to pin people. But I feel the only way they're going to do all this with Cody and dress him in red, white, and blue and have this whole big entrance. But I settled on, I think a go needs to win. I'm picking a go to win this.
I like that pick. It makes complete sense. I don't know where Cody really like stands in AEW. Like I don't know. But I do know that like while he's got a go needs to win this, see he's also doing this American Dream thing, and you're right, he's gonna get this big entrance and all that stuff. But I agree with you. Go needs to win, and I think Cody's going to win. I'm picking Cody Rhodes for this.
Nice.
Cody. I think Cody pulls this one out.
All right, yeah. And then it's almost the same.
Exactly.
It reminds us of what we disagreed on with the Ethan Page score, like given that the baby face pop of coming out and a win. So we just, I think it's going to happen in that match. You think it's going to happen in this one. And right. I think they're going to have those moments, and also he's going to be a father soon. You're just going to.
So like, that's another thing. Like I took that into consideration, but at the same time, you never know, the Miz never took time off when his kid was born. I thought Moxley was going to be gone already. And like Renee gives birth like next month. Seth took time off for a couple months. Like you never know when they're gonna leave. So that's where I'm going with this. Like I've been wrong with those types of like, oh, when's Daddy gonna leave? Well, like I don't think Daddy's leaving yet for this one.
So, Daddy isn't leaving yet.
Daddy's not leaving yet. So
I think. I gotta start using that. Daddy's not leaving yet for this one.
Right.
All right. So, Cody, go. I love this.
I'm telling you, I feel like we're gonna differ on maybe a couple more.
All right. We'll have
maybe not. I don't know.
Let's move on to this. I feel like we're gonna agree with a couple coming up. TNT Championship match. Miro, Lance Archer.
Yeah, Miro wins this one for sure. Miro wins this one. You're not taking it off on that soon. No way.
And I agree with you. I feel like this stays on Miro and we continue along here.
Although I'm telling you, like, this is a very weird match. Like, I guess Lance is the babyface in this respect after like a promo that like after watching the promo he did. So I mean, but like both of these guys are like they're good. And like if Miro hadn't just won the title, I'd probably go Archer here, but Miro just won it 2 weeks ago and has been dominant and on a roll. So there's like, that's the only reason I'm picking Miro here.
Yeah. I just don't like them feuding together because I feel like they both should be winning. So it's I hate like almost like we're dismissing Lance Archer, but we're not.
We're not dismissing him at all. Absolutely not.
But
no way.
We're just making picks here. That's all.
Just making picks, man. Title here, okay?
Miro. We have the AEW Women's Championship. Sheeta, Britt Baker, DMD.
I in love with Britt Baker. Like the promo she cut last night. Like I tweeted it out. There's nobody on fire more than Britt Baker. Like if she was cutting a promo on Drew McIntyre or Kenny Omega, I believe that she'd be winning that championship, like the AEW championship, with how hot she is right now. There's no way she loses this. She'd have had I don't want to say it was a great run, because there was a time where I forgot that she was even the AEW Women's Championship champion because she wasn't on TV. but you know, a year is still impressive. But it is Britt Baker's time, absolutely.
Yes, it's time. Everyone's gonna love it. I think everyone's expecting it. Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
All right. Let's see. Let's do tag titles. Kingston and Mox versus the Young Bucks.
I mean, I mentioned it. I mentioned it to you. This was one I was going back and forth with, but like
same.
Like again, but I mentioned it like last week. Like the crowd is going to be so pumped up and fun when Wild Thing starts playing, and Moxley and Kingston are running through the crowd, or not running, but like pacing, power walking through the crowd, ready to beat somebody's junk. And like, how do you not go with them? I'll tell you how you don't go with them. You want the Elite to be the strongest like group basically in your company, in your industry. I'm taking the Young Bucks.
Agreed. I debated on like 4 matches, but this is the one out. This is the first one out of the 4 when I kept going that I just kept, after thinking a while, I was just like, no, Young Bucks are keeping them. They are way too good right now. And I'll use the baby factor again. Dude, it's almost daddy time.
Right.
It's almost daddy
Daddy's
time.
leaving.
Daddy is leaving. So
yes, Daddy's leaving for this one.
Yeah, Young Bucks continue, and just not to spoil it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just go with that next, the triple threat match. Omega,
Pop,
Orange Cassidy.
There was a split second that I was thinking Orange Cassidy was going to win. Just him holding up the title, like it looked good. It looked real good, and I was like, man, I want to see that. But I collected myself. I counted to 3, and I remembered it's Kenny Omega, and he's going to win this match.
Yes, it'll be a great match.
It will be I've changed my mind. It will be a great match. I think with what Orange Cassidy did last night, changed my mind and my perception on the main event a little bit. I still think you could have booked 2 better people in this spot, but I'm like believing Orange Cassidy right now. He ain't gonna win, but I'm believing that he's like in there for it. So
it's gonna be good. But yes, Kenny moves on. The Bucks move on. So we're agreeing with those 2. And we have, let's see, should we do?
We have more?
We got 2 left. We got 1 left.
2 left?
No, there's 1 left.
There's 1 left. Yes.
Stadium Stampede.
Yes. Yeah, 1 left. Stadium Stampede.
Do you want me to go?
No, I mean, so like I'll say this. This was another one I was back and forth on. You know,
this is my last one that I was debating on. This is where I just picked it right
before
we clicked record.
Teams did a really good job in making me believe that they're gonna win. Unfortunately, like if last night didn't happen, I don't know where I'd be going with this. But unfortunately, last night happened. And what we got from Inner Circle definitely seemed like it was a farewell type of deal with the video package. But then when Inner Circle went after Pinnacle in the stadium, and Pinnacle stood tall, and at the end of the show, I'm like, man, I don't know who's gonna win this. So this is a toss-up. I'm gonna go Pinnacle. I'm gonna go Pinnacle. I think the Inner Circle breaks up.
Yes. All right, we're in agreement.
We all
I too ended up going with the Pinnacle. They were my first instinct because I just feel all the way through. I feel like that's the best route to go, just to show the pure dominance of the Pinnacle and each member in that faction. When we're already set now with the Inner Circle, we've seen them since day one. Everyone is established. Everyone can go out now and be main eventers for the most part. So I just feel like it's time. I feel like there's a scenario in this match that could end almost like blood and guts, maybe, in a scenario where Jericho is in danger and the team has to forfeit because of Jericho, which then could lead to a bumping of heads of maybe a Sammy and a Jericho. I don't know if that's the route, but
could be, probably.
I just feel, and then with Jericho going on tour, I think this is what is going to happen. I feel like he goes on tour. I feel like we get the MJF Jericho match at All Out. I feel for now that he's going to get written off of television soon enough, and MJF beats Jericho at All Out.
I didn't know Jericho was going on tour again.
July, Fozzy.
I did not know Jericho was going on tour. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Definitely Pinnacle.
So the Pinnacle. So now we have.
There you go.
So we got two that we differ.
Two. Yes. You're going Sting and Darby Allin. I'm going Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, and then what else did we differ?
A Go-Go.
Cody and a Go-Go. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. I thought we were gonna differ probably on I thought we were differing on the Young Bucks and Moxley and Kingston. I did not think you were gonna pick the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
because I was excited because I was like, man, we're gonna have like 3, maybe 4 differing opinions, and like there's a real good chance that I get my baby back.
And honestly, the two that I'm most nervous about are the two that we differ on as well. But it's
now
I really think that Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page should win that.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that like Sting and Darby Allin need to win the match at all. Like, didn't they won that cinematic match they had?
Yes, it did. But again, that wasn't in front of fans. So, but you know, you got the champion's advantage. You only need to win one. You only need to win one. Just
need to win one, and that's the only thing.
Win one. That was
but
kind of why I was hoping there was a third one.
They both can go that way.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
All right. jaBROni of the week time.
Yep. So I'm gonna go, if you don't mind. I don't know if you have to think about it because I know you were probably fighting with yourself.
Yeah, I think I got it down.
All right. So there were a lot of choices this week. We could have gone with WWE for what they were mad at John Cena, or I don't know, allegedly mad for or upset with John Cena. The reason why we could go with them. We could go with them for releasing Todd Phillips. We could go a certainty of ways. And when we kicked off our YouTube era last week, I told you Monday you could have your jaBROni of the week lined up, and then the entire week could go by, and then at the last second, somebody else could overtake your jaBROni of the week. And that's what happened. So anybody who fancies the Spanish version of AEW and likes the Spanish announce team would have heard, or maybe not would have heard, but because I think they did it during a break, but they decided to mock Sheeta's accent during a break that they had. And I guess the microphones don't get turned off or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know how to pronounce a lot of these names because there was 4, I think. Dasha Fuentes was one of them.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Thank you. And then Thunder Rosa was also on there.
Nailed it.
Now, the person who mocked the other, because the other three were like laughing, and I've read that Dasha really didn't find it amusing, but she was there. Thunder Rosa was laughing, and there was another one, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name, Alex something.
Big fan.
But the man in question, Willie Urbina, mocked Sheeta's accent, and it's not cool, and you know why it's not cool, and you're dumb enough to like we see it all the time with not just in wrestling, we see it in sports casting too. That Tom Brenneman Cincinnati Reds guy who had to apologize on air while Nick Castellanos homered. We see it all the time, and it's crazy that we see it all the time. It's unreal. Just when you like, is it so hard to when you're not on TV, maybe like don't talk, or better yet, when you're at your place of work and around microphones and such thing as a hot mic could exist, maybe don't talk about that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe. So AEW Spanish Announce team, you, sir, are a very serious jabroni of the week.
Applaud. You can't do that. You just can't do it. It's not nice.
Not nice.
All right. I'm about to not be nice now. I feel there could be, like you said before, many people to be jabroni of the week. You reminded me of how something can happen on Monday, and I can reference to our first episode that went up on YouTube, where I actually saw when we posted this video, and it's nothing crazy, but I saw within an hour or so, we were over like 220 almost views. I was like, wow, that's cool.
Oh,
And then the next morning I wake up and it's in the 40s apparently. I think I texted you and you said something.
because I was like texting you like really proud that we got like over 100 views basically overnight.
And yeah, and I said I saw the 220 and I was like, oh, and then yeah, so I could actually go into a rant about YouTube and we can start the collusion. This is my show prior that I did for very, very long time. Had on YouTube for a little bit and ran into the same exact problems, but I don't know if it's keeping people from clicking or they don't want people to click, but that's neither here or there. There's plenty of time for YouTube to be jabroni in the week. They're
for sure.
I'm gonna move it over to AEW, maybe their props department. Scales. Come on, Scales. We need to do something here. We can't have Paul White out there taking up like 15 minutes of TV time trying to figure out how to work a scale. It started off, I think I recorded, I was watching the segment on my tablet, which I want to see if I can pull up the actual, and I sent this to you, Michael. Let's see if I can actually get this up here. This is worth it. Should I turn the volume? Party? You just said this was going to be serious. What? That was genuine. That was me upset. Like, let's get this, like, no nonsense. Let's get this party started. Like, we don't, serious parties. No. Parties, you have fun. You party. It's a business. So that just started off there. And then it went on again. Like I said, 15 minutes of Paul White trying to figure out how to weigh Cody and Anthony. And I don't know. I just think we can maybe spend this time. Maybe we get a digital scale. Boom, done. Maybe we can get a digital scale. It's just something small, but It's something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about digital scales.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
And also, I mean, I'm going to throw AEW prop department and then also you, Paul.
Whoa.
Well, because he said that this is serious and he said, let's get this party started. He's lying to me. I just want to watch dudes get weighed in. I don't want to have a party. I'm here to watch dudes get weighed in their underwear, boxer briefs. All right, Michael?
Okay.
Big show. Jabroni of the week and AEW props. I love it. Jabronis.
Well done. Well done.
But in all seriousness, I'm very excited about Double or Nothing on Sunday.
I'm very excited about Double or Nothing. I'm watching AEW today. I was like, man, I'm really pumped for this.
Whole entire card. I'm excited to sit down, relax, and probably stress this.
Well, you know how it's gonna you know how it's gonna be. Those two matches are probably gonna kick off the pay-per-view.
Both on the buy-in.
Yeah.
Happens simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
No big
oh my
deal.
God.
That's happened to us past 2 times. I feel like we've had championship matches, so it'll be all right.
All right. We'll wrap this thing up. I'm sure. Keep an eye out for when this title shows up. Put out a little video. I hope I guess it's not going to show up before the pay-per-view, but as soon as it shows up.
Oh, I think it will.
I don't know. That means it needs to be here today.
Oh, you're talking about the belt.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about when this
Going
to be up on YouTube.
No, it should be. Last week,
yeah,
story behind that. That's I don't know if it was because long or internet connection. It took like forever to get it up, and it didn't go up until like 10 o'clock at night when we recorded it earlier. But we get past that. All right, you can follow us on Twitter at jaBROnis Pod. You can follow me. They're both underneath us if you're watching us on YouTube. At jaBROni McCann.
I'm a jaBROni Butler. I was scouring our merchandise.
Yes.
See, I'm in love with the jaBROni's hoodie, and I was looking at a couple T-shirts too.
We got it going on. We got the back here has a little body slam action back there. We got over here. Oh, we can't go in there. I need a mask. Oh, don't worry. We got your jaBROni mask. You got to keep your stuff. We got jaBROni fanny pack. Coolest. You could be the coolest. Just have that strapped over your back. However you want to do it. You put your stuff in there, your things, your shenanigans. Get one. But there's a bunch of stuff there. I have shirts. I got this as a shirt. We got the Wreck jaBROnis and Leave. Right hand jaBROni. Nobody's jaBROni.
Like Nobody's jaBROni. That's a good one. We got joggers. I didn't even know that. We got joggers. If you want to jog with the jaBROnis,
I want to hold
maybe listen to us while you're jogging in your joggers.
We need like a tracksuit. That's what I'm going for.
There you go. I like it.
But look, soon I'll be unveiling another jaBROni themed shirt next week. So look out for that as well. Maybe we might hear from us maybe post Double or Nothing. I don't know. We'll see what's in the cards, but
I see what you did there.
And everybody enjoy it. You'll see us soon. Go like, subscribe, follow. We're on bodyslam.net. Go see all the old episodes. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcast, all over. We're there. You can get the merch we were talking about. Description and all the links if you're watching this or listening. And then YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, notifications, all that stuff. There are things and stuff that people say when I watch these videos.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
Just be respectful, or else you're gonna end up being jaBROni of the week.
Yeah. Click that bell.
There you go. Don't miss an episode. Don't miss an episode of the jaBROnis. Every week we're here. Every week.
And then I don't know. We'll see. Next week, we'll see if who will be jaBROni World Champion. Don't point at yourself. I don't like that. jaBROnis out.